Let's head into the papers now, see what the headlines are across Nigeria. I have with me in the studio now political technocrat Dr. Dayo Kayode, as well as Dr. John, leadership and communication strategist. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mike.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Hey,
Monday.
how was the weekend?
Well, it was a great one, I must say.
You're looking tantalizing.
Thank you very much, and you too. All right, let's see what the headlines are. We'll start with the Nigerian Tribune. Nigerian Tribune says Presidency gives more insight into Forex ban on food importation. Okay, it's trying to make clarification over a publication by a U.S. media that Nigeria was banning food importation and agro-allied products, but certainly they're trying to make clarification here. All right, that's what you see on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's move to the Daily Trust now. Daily Trust talking about tax, why FIRS at the Federal Inland Revenue Service Boss Fowler was queried. There has been a complaint of shortfall in revenue generation, and he was queried. Certainly details of all of that are there on the front page of the Daily Trust. Let's move now to News Direct. News Direct is where we go next now. Crude swap. NNPC approves Sahara, Amazon Energy Consortium, 13 others, and lumps indigenous firms to build capacity. That's the Melikari, the GMD of NNPC. Okay, on forex restriction too, no ban on food importation. The presidency making further clarifications there. And Nigeria to host African Telecoms Regulators Conference. As the NCC is trying to talk more about that there. All right, and Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos, set to inaugurate cabinet on Tuesday. That's in about 24 hours from now. And 42 months inflation decline, controversy trails impact in various states. That's what you see on the front page of News Direct. Let's go now to the Vanguard. Nigeria to spend 2.53 billion naira on 43 ministers. Okay, and then it has some riders there. Each minister to get 58.766 million naira, earns 11.652 million naira a year, and severance package, furniture allowance, 12.158 million naira. You find all of that. And but by the side is a breakdown of annual salary for each of the ministers, and extra code allowances, duty to allowance, utility, vehicle fueling, maintenance, and all of that running into millions of naira. Okay, I will be talking about this with a guest as we get along right now in a few minutes. Let's go to Daily Sun now. Daily Sun says IPOB under fire over Ekweremadu. Federal government, Lawan Kalu Ohaneze groups flay attack on ex-deputy Senate president. Attacking Igbo leaders won't give us Biafra, Masab warns. Why we did it, Nnamdi Kanu's group is saying that, well, a video surfaced over the weekend where the former deputy Senate president, Ike Ekweremadu, was attacked or harassed, if you have to put it that way, in Germany, where he went to celebrate or commemorate the festivities there. And we also got other reports that Nnamdi Kanu is saying 1 million naira for itinerary of governors from the East. I wonder what that is for, but it's okay. Certainly the security agencies know what to do about that. Let's move ahead now. Blueprint is where we go next. Blueprint says, Oshibajo to opposition PDP, join APC before you die. Your party can only offer doom. That's the PDP replying back there to the vice president. Okay, that's what you see on the blueprint. Gentlemen, I think the story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper would interest you here. Nigeria to spend 2.53 billion naira on 43 ministers. I wonder how Nigerians are going to react to this. Now, the point there is, let us not take it away that away from the fact that the work of ministers is actually enormous when it comes to translating the idea and vision of the president to practical this and that. But if you look at some of the breakdown of allowances they are entitled to and all of that, some people will say, well, it's like the senators. It's not different. Jamboree as usual. Dr. Kayode, can we start with you on this?
Let me also ask you, what makes the job of a minister to be more enormous than the job of a university professor, than the job of a secondary school teacher, than the job of civil servants? Those are the issues we need to look at. If we look at what the vice president just said in one of the airlines there, join APC so that you don't die of hunger. As if they should come together.
That is not the context.
No, listen,
Dr. Kayode, that is not the context.
Listen to
He
me.
was referring to their party.
It was
before your
referring
party
to the death of the other party.
Listen to me.
Let's put it in the right perspective.
I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, you are deducing that from
I'm
it.
the one using that one,
okay,
not
okay.
you.
All right. You
quoting,
are very entitled to your opinion.
Do you understand? It is my opinion. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you don't want to die, come and eat. Look at so many of them that are supposed to be in jail, and they are now controlling our affairs. What are we talking about here? ASU, have they been able to satisfy them? The agreement they have with the ASU, and they are saying no money. Even the 300 naira minimum wage, has the government been able to pay? They are saying no money. Look at the old money they are now using on Jamboree.
All right.
This is appalling. Look at our hospitals. Look at our roads. Look at all the moribund behind the scene. We're just talking about national printing, whatever.
Nigeria Security Printing.
Do you understand? Why are we so? I don't want to use that word silly. Okay. Do you understand? Why are we so question mark now in this country? Wasting away funds.
All right.
The money that people don't need, you just throw it out.
All right. Dr. Does this amount to wastage, like Dr. Kayode puts it? Because this is the office of the minister.
Yeah. Really, if you look at it, the problem of Nigeria today is not a product of the high amount of money that government officials earn. It's as a result of the problem of corruption. Nigeria will not have problem if we pay everybody well, including our political office holders. But where the problem is that, because if you look at it, these are legal money. They are not illegal. The intent of those who put it that way is to discourage people from dipping their hands into the coffers of government to steal money. Okay. So where the problem... Ideally. Okay. Where the problem is not how much they earn.
All right.
It is the fact that you earn such an amount of money and you still go back to steal from government boss. So if good money will discourage people from stealing from government boss, let's give them good money. We'll be able to monitor at the end of the day that this is the amount of money we have given them. And as a result of that, they will not steal. Unfortunately, we've had cases in the past where we have always paid these people huge amount of money. And majority of them still go into government.
So you are now saying those people that are now well paid, the civil servants that are saying they are not well paid, the people that are even asking for 100,000 and they are giving 90,000 that are not well paid, they should be stealing. What I'm saying is this. You have to pay money as in, you have to look at other sectors of the economy, other workers within your environment.
Yeah, but what Dr. is saying,
the problem,
what Dr. is saying is the challenge may not be
necessarily the amount of money.
The amount of money. But the point there is, certainly, this is not to say that we don't acknowledge the fact that
but I'm
there are
saying
sectors.
Also, there's also a challenge in the amount of money.
Yes.
Because when the civil servants are seeing that, they too want to still where they are.
Yes.
When the lecturers are seeing that, they wouldn't want to teach and they want to go out and make some money too.
Yeah, Dr. Kayode, we have heard Amadou Ali, the head of customs at the time, requesting for monies to be paid, at least the monies and remuneration and allowances for custom officers who generate so much, who have access to so much, sometimes for their allowances to be increased so that it discourages. We've heard the same thing from EFCC chairman at the time who said, okay, fine, we go around recovering monies here and there. Pay us at least, increase some monies as the case may be.
Mike, don't let us, in reality, this amount of money, when you compare it to the standard of living of an average Nigerian, you can actually get angry. But the reality is that the problem does not start from the top. Really. The problem starts from the ground because a man who is appointed a minister, it could be as a product of the fact that he has invested money into the party.
Exactly.
Right. So when you invest money into the party, and these are the money they distribute on election day, and perhaps you and I or our family members go there to line up to collect 5,000. This is where they will get the money from. So if you go out there to collect money on election day, you should know that these people will get the money by earning higher.
Those are part of the byproduct. That's part of the byproduct.
All right, that is your deduction too. It's all right, but let's leave it here now. The point there is Nigerians are certainly reacting to this one way or the other.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there has to be knowledge of what these monies are meant for and all of that. It's the same thing when it was published how much senators and House of Rep members get and so on, and then everybody goes, "Ooh, oh my God."
And they are working more than senators in UK and that's
forget about that, Dr. Gowdy. I did communication
job
for somebody, and the budget they were raising was 300 million to execute just a senatorial election. So he will do that now. He will now go home without anything. We are the problem of ourselves.
Let's leave it here. Let's leave it here. Dr. Dayo Kayode, thank you so much for coming on the program. Dr. John, thank you very much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
Right.